Welcome back to Conscious Truth. Okay, so if anyone out there doubts that NASA have made completely fake images of our world, this is pretty much 100% proof, cannot be disputed. I made a video about this last year in May 2015. I'm remaking it now, trying to make it a bit better quality. Okay, so if you haven't seen this before, I'll explain to you again what happened. I was looking into this subject of the Earth images being fake, and to be honest, I didn't believe it. I thought it was ridiculous. So I went ahead and I downloaded all of the pictures of the Earth I could find from the official NASA sources from this website. This is nasa.gov. I don't know if you can see at the top here, and it's from the Goddard Space Flight Center. It's a guy called Ed Gray-Zek who seems to be in charge of it, and someone else called Dave Williams, who actually wrote to me about this. Well, I'll come to that in a minute. So just kind of by chance, I ended up looking at these pictures to see if I could find anything strange about them. I downloaded this one, the Apollo 16 image of the Earth, and I decided to put them into Photoshop and change the contrast to see if I could find anything. And this is what I did. So I adjusted the brightness, I put the brightness up in Photoshop, and then put the contrast right down. And immediately you can see that this has been cropped. You might not be able to see it that clearly, so I'll do it again. And now you will be able to see, you turn the brightness up, full, and the contrast down, and what on earth is going on there? Now at first, I don't know, people that are familiar with Photoshop and just photography and just graphics in general will obviously see that this is very strange. But for other people, I'll explain what's going on here. As I've contrasted the picture, there's two different color blacks. It should all be the same black, but this is obviously not really black. So the only way that's happened is because the image has been cropped. This was one image behind, which had a very black background, and they've cropped it and put this other image overlaid. They've overlaid another image. If I step back, I'll just undo that for a minute. You can see here, the two color blacks are not really that different. You can't tell the difference, but when you contrast them, it immediately becomes obvious that that's not a photo of the Earth. That's two images that have been overlaid. Now, you can see. If it was just a cropped image of the Earth, I might forgive them and just think, okay, maybe they just cropped the image. But if you look closely, you can see here that this cropping line actually is visible through the Earth. It continues down here. It becomes blue, and you can clearly see that this is the same line that continues down here. And then even more bizarre, this black cropping line suddenly re-emerges down here. What's going on? This blackness somehow re-emerges down here, actually behind the clouds. So you can see this line continuing down, and it's actually visible behind the clouds. So they've actually cropped an image, and then they've overlaid clouds over the top. There's no other way this could look like this, and there's just no other way that could look like that. And you can see the reason why, if I undo that again. The reason they've done that is because they've cropped this image to make the shadow appear there. You see, where they've wanted to do the shadow of the Earth, they've just cropped the image, and then they've sort of done some other stuff afterwards to sort of smooth that edge off. It's absolutely incredible. When I first saw this, I just couldn't believe my eyes. Look at that. As fake as it gets. And anyone can replicate this. You can get hold of the image and see for yourself. You can do exactly what I've done. Which brings me to the next part, which makes this even more amazing. After I first uploaded this information onto YouTube, after the video got to about 2,000 hits, I got a message from someone telling me that this is the original video. I got a message from someone saying, "Oh, NASA must have seen your video because they've actually changed the image." And I really couldn't actually believe it. But lo and behold, yes, if you go to this webpage now and you download this exact same image, you will find that you will not see what I just showed you, because they've actually altered the image. They actually watched this video. The thing that blows my mind the most is that NASA must actually have people their job is to actually trawl through YouTube videos and like stuff like this, and then they must have actually had a meeting and said, we need to change this image because someone's made a YouTube video about it. I mean, that just really blows my mind. And maybe that's what they're really doing in Area 51. It's nothing to do with aliens. They've just got people there altering and creating images all day long. This is before, and this is what the image looks like now. If you do the same contrasting with the new image, they fixed it. They fixed it away, so it now looks how it's supposed to look. It's absolutely incredible. But the other thing that really blows my mind is that they're so incompetent that they even screwed up the new image. If you zoom into the new image, you can clearly see. That there's sort of brush marks around the edge. I mean, what have they done here? It's all like brush marks. There's also weird edges. If you look at the this is the uncontrasted version. Hang on a minute. No, that's not. That's the yeah. I might have to. I'll actually just. Why don't I just do it online? Here we are, live. This is the new image, and they may have even changed it yet again, because they have. They've actually changed it again. They've gotten rid of those brush marks. That's absolutely amazing. Yep, the last version of this image. This is it, new modded image. So this is it here. I'll open it in Photoshop. Yeah, this was the new modded image that NASA changed. Look how completely messed up that is. Do you see these this brush marks? That's how it looked. And on top of that, it's got all these weird like box patterns all over the image. They did something really weird. There's a line here, and all weird little boxes everywhere. Can you see here? There's like boxes. Yeah, that was the new version, and it seems like they may have even now done a third version, because yeah, they've actually gotten rid of the brush marks at the top left here. Absolutely incredible. So anyway, there it is. Look, before and after. So they actually watched my video and actually changed the image to try and cover their backs. And on top of that, I even covertly wrote an email pretending to be a school kid doing some kind of project on images of the Earth, and I said to them that that I'd noticed that the image had changed, and I actually got a reply. I sent an email to Ed Grazek, and I got this reply. He said from Dave, who I presume is this Dave here at the bottom of the page here. You can see Dave Williams. He is one of the curators. And he actually replied to me and said, Ed Grazek passed your question on to me. It's true. We did recently put up a new version of that image. I'm amazed you noticed. The old version was scanned from film that had some scratches in the background. So we had processed the image to remove the scratches. When we got a better image from film with no scratches, we decided to use that. So I replaced the old one with this one, probably shortly after you downloaded blah blah blah. And then he says here, you have good eyes, maybe you can come and work for us someday. I don't think so. So there you go. 100% proof that NASA make fake images of the Earth. And you know, for anyone who's going to say, oh well, that's a perfectly valid reason, that's not a perfectly valid reason, because he's saying here that they got a new image from the film. When we got a better image from film, so he's saying they went back to the original film and they rescanned it. I'm sorry, but this image on the right here, there is no way that that is a new image that's been rescanned from film. Oh, sorry, it's here. Look, this is how it looked. That's a new image that's been rescanned from a film with all these weird brush marks. That's just absolutely not true. So there you go. NASA does make fake images of the Earth. And I'll just leave you with the original. Are you telling me that this was like this because of some kind of scratches on the film? Yeah? There you go. 100% proof that NASA makes fake images of the Earth.